Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you're tuning in from around the globe, peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Welcome to the $1 Trillion Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Riches. We're running two shows every day. This is the pre-market setup, and we'll be back at the market open to break down live price action, momentum, and execution. So make sure you tap into both. Remember, I watch the market, give the breaking news, and find the levels so you don't have to. In this pre-market briefing show, we're entering day 2 of a new month, and the master is feeling anything but secure. The futures are under pressure following President Trump's primetime address last night, where he vowed to hit Iran very hard over the next 2 or 3 weeks. We just had jobs data drop at 5:30 a.m., and that shows the labor market is tighter than expected. All right, let's get into the mantra. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve the wealth that I'm building for me and my family. Riches and freedom, they come to our hands. I am the master of all I command. My learning is limitless. My earnings are too. The more I discover, the more I can do. The stock market is a machine of design, and I have the power to make that wealth mine. I am capable. I am skilled. I am bold. Blessings on the journey as the vision unfolds. Okay, another piece of news that we had was at 5:30 a.m. was the trade balance. The forecast was negative 60.5 billion. The actual came in at 57.3 billion. So this small trade deficit is a positive cue for GDP, suggesting the U.S. economy is more resilient than anticipated despite the Iran conflict. Okay, let's get into Robert Greene's daily law. Make the master feel glorious and superior. Daily law. Do not outshine the master, but make those above you shine brilliantly. Instead of insecurity, you must give him glory. True mastery in any hierarchy, whether at court or in the markets, requires you suppress your own ego to make your superiors feel more creative and powerful than you. Intellectual or technical brilliance can often make a master feel like a mere provider of funds, leading to resentment and insecurity. By aligning your achievements with the master's greatness, as Galileo did with Medicius, you attain the heights of power without the fatal risk of outshining the prince. In long-term investing, you must treat the market's primary trend as the master and provide it with the glory of your patience rather than your pride. When the fear and greed index is at 14, like it is today, the market is an insecure prince. Trying to outshine it by calling the bottom with loud certainty is a fatal mistake for your portfolio. Your unique task is to align your capital with the stars of the $1 Trillion tickers, making the market's long-term resilience appear as the sun around your wealth, which around which your wealth revolves. Oh man, can't read this morning. Let me get back into it. Fulfilling your life's task means avoiding the vagaries of insecurity by not challenging the market's current downward authority. By giving the market glory it demands today, you ensure your salary of generational wealth is paid out for decades. When it comes to trading, active traders fail when they try to outshine the price by proving their own analysis is superior to the 62K ADP shock or the 113.73 oil futures surge. To survive the volatile court, you must make the price action shine brilliantly, treating every 5:30 a.m. data print as an echo of the market's true power. If you display too much intelligent talent by fighting the trend, you stir up the resentment of the price and the consequences are fatal to your account. Mastery means playing the role of the court philosopher to the charts, attributing every win to the master's structure rather than your own wit. Trust the sensations of your levels over your own desire to appear more important than a trade produced in your name. Stay patient, stay disciplined. The data is hitting, the oil is surging, the momentum is shifting. Execution over emotion, process over prediction. All right, let's get into these charts. All right, so this is our oil futures. It is breaking highs right now. It is at 113.93 and headed to the upside, y'all. So energy is running, oil is running, and everything else is probably getting clapped. Let's see. All right, this is SPY. Okay, SPY, current price in the pre-market, 645.50 to the downside support. I got a daily level at 644.90, followed by the pre-market low, 644.19. A 1 hour level at 642.45, and a daily level at 640. Then 638 and 637.10, which is a weekly level. Then to the upside resistance, we got 648.80, pre-market high 649.41, and we got a 651.55 and a weekly level at 653. All right, next we got QQQ, pre-market level 573.03. To the downside support, we got 572, followed by the pre-market low, which is 571.86. And then 569.70, 568.75, and a weekly level at 566.40. To the upside resistance, we got 573.45, 575.55, weekly level at 577.30, and then we have a gap here. And then inside the gap, we have the pre-market high of 579.10. The VIX has gapped up. Yesterday, it did hit a low of 23.40, but it's been running up. It gapped up overnight and is now at 27.71. Nvidia currently in the pre-market is 170.92. To the downside support, we do have the pre-market low, which is 170.22, followed by 169.95, 169.20, 168.25, and a weekly level of 167. To the upside resistance, we have 171.85, 172.70, which is very close to our pre-market high, and then 173.60, and a weekly level at 175. Okay, Apple. Current price in the pre-market, $253.40, which is, $253.54. We do have a level that is very close to that, so we're not going to count that one. Well, let me just tell you anyway. It's $253.40. To the downside following that, we got $252. Which is very close to the pre-market low at 251.92, followed by 250.85, 249.40, 248.05. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high at 254.05, followed by 254.65, 255.50, 255.60, which is a weekly level, 256.15, 257, and 258. Google currently in the pre-market is at 288.59, which is very close to the pre-market lows of 288.45. But following that, to the downside, we got 288, 285, 282.85, and 279.75. To the upside resistance, we got 292.20, followed by the pre-market high of 292.55, 294.40, 296.70. Tesla currently in the pre-market is at 368 to the downside support. We got 36. It's breaking the pre-market low right now. So after the pre-market low, we got 365.45, followed by 359.55 and 357.10. To the upside resistance, we got 368, 367. Excuse me, 368, then 371.20, and we got the pre-market high of 376.02 and then 379.30. All right, Microsoft currently in the pre-market is at 364.81 to the downside support. We got the pre-market low of 364.03, followed by 363, and then 360.90, and then 359.80. To the upside resistance is very close to the price right now, but it's 365.35, followed by the pre-market high 368.58, and the daily level at 369.60. All right, Amazon current price in the pre-market is 205.38. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low of 204.77, followed by 203.80, 203.10, 202.35, and 200 weekly level. To the upside resistance, we got 205.70, followed by 207.10, pre-market high of 207.88, and a weekly level of 208.20. TSM currently in the pre-market, we had 327.11. So the downside support, we got the pre-market low of 326.48, followed by 325.70, 322.55, and 318. To the upside resistance, we got 329.55, 331.80, pre-market high of 332.51, and then 336.70. Meta currently in the pre-market is at 560.92. It is at the pre-market lows right now. So the downside support, I got 556.50, followed by 551.45, 549, and then we got a gap down here that starts at 546.88 and goes all the way to 539.70. You do have an hourly level in the middle of that gap at 543.35 and a weekly level at 539.90. So to the upside resistance, we got 573.90, 579.50, and we got the pre-market low. We got the pre-market high of 578. AVGO current price in the pre-market is 304.04. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low of 302.44, followed by the psychological level of 300 and then 279.90. To the upside resistance, we got a weekly level here at 306.30, followed by the pre-market high of 308 and then 310.52. brk.b currently in the pre-market is in the smart money concept support zone and is currently 476, y'all. All right, appreciate y'all for tuning in. We'll be back live for market open. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom.